What's up? What's up? It's your boy, A Quarter Hispanic, coming at you live with my UFC Fight Night picks and predictions for this Saturday, March 22nd in London. Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. I'll be starting with the early prelims, ending with the main card. I hope everybody's having a great day. Everybody love everybody. Let's get to it. Babe. What's up? The first fight of the prelims is a lightweight matchup between Guram Kutateladze versus Caio Fernandez. Kutateladze is a minus 425 favorite versus Fernandez, plus 330. Dog. Kutateladze, man, he's the Georgian Viking. He's 13-4, 7 KOs, 1 sub, 5 decisions. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He's 2-2 in the UFC, coming off a unanimous decision win over Jordan Vucinic. Man, he stopped every takedown that Jordan was trying to do in that fight. I watched that fight, man, and he was hitting him on the feet because Jordan, that's all he can do is take down people, and he's not good on the feet, man. He's pretty much Ben Askren on the feet. He's got a good win over Mateus Gamrot, man, his UFC debut in 2020. He's got strong leg kicks to the body, man. He can piece you up with the hands, too. He's got knockout power. He's got many knockouts on his resume. He put people to sleep, like lights out, sleeping. Man, all right. Caio Fernandez. He's 9-2. He has 5 KOs, 2 subs, 2 decisions. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He's 1-1 in the UFC, coming off a first-round TKO over Muhammad Yahya. Good little first-round TKO over Yahya in August. He has strong leg kicks, man. He has confidence after that first-round knockout. He's going to be really confident. At the first-round knockout, man, you got to have confidence, man. I'm telling you. I think this is going to be a stand-up fight. If I see anybody trying to get a cake takedown, it's probably going to be Guram. Guram, he's roll-rounded everywhere. He can do it all. But, man, I just think Guram's too fast on the feet. He's got stronger. He's tougher, I feel. I can just see Guram piecing him up. Guram's a huge favorite, minus 425. I just see Guram winning this fight. So I'm going to go with Guram by split decision. Put it down. Let's go. Moving on to the second fight of the prelims, we got a bantamweight matchup between Nathan Fletcher versus Colin Logren. Fletcher, he's a minus 135 favorite versus Colin Logren, plus 114. Dog, I'm probably butchering that name. Colin Logren? Is that how I pronounce it? Nathan Fletcher, man, he's 9-1, 1 KO, 7 subs. He's got 1 decision. He's a second fight in the UFC. He's coming off a second-round win by arm triangle against Zigomantas Romanska. Damn, he's got some tough names here, man. He fought on the most recent Ultimate Fighter, losing to Khan Afli by decision. He got dominated by Khan Afli. It was a domination by Khan. So he did not look good in that fight for Nathan. He's got good striking, man, but he's known for his submissions mainly. His striking subpar. He's all right on the feet, I guess. But he can hold his own if he has to on the feet, if he has to. But he's mostly known for taking people down and getting the submission. All right, Colin Logren, the Dawn, that's his nickname. He's 9-2 with 5 KOs, 2 subs, 2 decisions. It's his 4th fight in the UFC. He's 1-2 in the UFC, coming off a unanimous decision loss to Jake Haley. Oh, man, every time he fights, man, he's just talking crap, I feel. He's just a really cocky fighter, man. He's pretty funny to watch, and every time he has all the confidence, man. He's from Ireland, so he's kind of like that Conor McGregor type. He just got confidence, and he's not performing that well in the UFC so far. He's had some knockouts in like smaller organizations, but in the UFC, he's not performing. So he might be fighting for his job in this one, man. You can't be 1-3 in the UFC, man. They might cut him if he loses this. So he better be bringing it against Nathan. With that being said, man, I'm going to get to go with Colin Logren. I think he's too fast on the feet. He's more experienced than Nathan Fletcher. Plus, when Nathan Fletcher looks so bad against Conor Fleet, man. If you watch that fight, he looks so bad. And I think Colin's better than Con. So I think Colin Logren will piece him up on the feet. Nathan's going to try to shoot for a takedown, and Colin's going to stop it. So I'm going to go Colin Logren by second round TKO. Put it down. Let's go. Moving on to the third fight of the prelims, we got a strawweight matchup between Shana Banan versus Pooja Tumar. I probably butchered those names, and I'm sorry. All right, Banan, she's a minus 180 favorite versus Tumar, a plus 150 dog. Shana Banan, Mama B, her nickname. She's 6-1 with 2 KOs, 0 subs, and 4 decisions. She's 1-1 in the UFC, coming off a split decision win against Alice Ardaline. She lost her UFC debut to Bruna Brazil by unanimous decision. She got dominated in that fight. If you haven't seen that fight, watch it. She got exposed. She got exposed big time. She has really great striking, but her ground game is super questionable. Super questionable on her ground game. She's not great on the ground. All right, Pooja Tumar, the Cyclone. Looking like a cyclone hits you. She's 9-4 with 6 KOs, 0 subs, and 3 decisions. It's her second fight in the UFC, coming off a split decision win against Rayon dos Santos. If you haven't seen that fight, that was a good woman fight. It was back and forth. They were throwing them hands, strong shots the whole fight. If you haven't seen that fight, watch it. It was a good fight to watch. She hasn't lost since 2020, man. She has a lot of confidence after that big debut win. Man, because that girl she fought was a dog, and she's a dog too. So watch out for her. She's looking to become the face of Indian fighters, man. India MMA, stand up for her. I'm gonna go with Pooja, the Indian fighter. I'm gonna go with her to freaking be too strong on the feet, take her down if she has to. But I feel like she's good enough on the feet to handle Shauna striking. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Pooja Tumar, unanimous decision win. Let's get it. Baby. Moving on to the fourth fight of the prelims, we got a middleweight matchup between Christian Leroy Duncan versus Andre Poliev. Christian Leroy Duncan, he's a -600 favorite versus Poliev, a +440 dog. Christian Leroy Duncan, he's 10-2 with 8 KOs, 1 sub, and 1 decision. He's 3-2 in his last 5, coming off a unanimous decision loss to RoboCop. And if you haven't seen that fight between him and Gregory Rodriguez, that was a freaking war. Even though RoboCop won by unanimous decision, it was still a really good fight. Christian looked good in that fight. Before that, man, he's had 2 straight wins by TKO against Claudio Ribeiro and Dennis Timoyan. He's not good at defending the takedowns, man. He did get held down against RoboCop a little bit too much. That's the reason why he lost by unanimous decision. So he's got to keep this fight standing and have a chance. He's fighting Andre Poliev. He's 9-2 with 5 KOs, 2 subs, 2 decisions. He's making his UFC debut on a 5-fight winning streak, coming off a unanimous decision win on Dana White's Contender Series against Liam Anderson. He was a big underdog in that one, man. He pulled it off. He was not a favorite, and the dude that he fought was a dog, and Poliev pulled through and got the win. So he got the contract, and he impressed Dana too. So he got the contract. He's gonna get a boot in this fight, man, though, because Christian, he's got the home court advantage. Home court advantage in this one because he's fighting in England, and he's a hometown boy. So he's gonna hopefully Poliev can handle the boos. Let's see. Man, but I gotta go Christian Leroy Duncan, man. He's too big of a favorite, and he's got the hometown advantage. He's gonna be coming in trying to get the finish. He's got to get a bounce back win after that loss to RoboCop. Even though he looked really good in that fight, he's got to get a bounce back win. So I'm gonna go with Christian Leroy Duncan by unanimous decision win. Put it down. Let's go. Moving on to the fifth fight of the prelims, we've got a heavyweight matchup between Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parvin. Tybura is a -112 dog versus Parvin, a -108 favorite. Really close on this odds. Pretty much a toss-up, coin flip. Tybura, he's 26-9 with 10 KOs, 7 subs, and 9 decisions. He's a UFC veteran, man. He's a 13-8 UFC record. He's coming off a TKO win over Jonte Diaz in November. And he's been around forever, man. He's fought the who's, man. He's fought Tai Tuivasa, Alexander Romanov, Sergey Spivak, Stefan Struve, Andrei Arlovski. He's got wins over all of them. But he's lost to big names too, man. He's lost to Fabricio Verdum, Alexander Volkov, Tom Aspinall. And he got messed up by Tom, but who hasn't got messed up by Tom Aspinall, man? John Jones is next, I'm telling you. Mick Parkin, man, he's 10-0 with 6 KOs, 1 sub, and 3 decisions. He's 4-0 in the UFC, coming off a first-round knockout of Lukas Brzezinski. Man, he's looking to make a statement in this one. He's got a big name in Tybura. Tybura is the most experienced fighter he's fought, so Parkin, he better come to fight because Tybura, he's pretty much like the gatekeeper, man, of the heavyweight division. If you can't get through him, you're not really going to get far. So you got to beat Tybura. And Parkin, man, he's got really good hands, man. He's been really impressive in his first 4 fights. So with that being said, man, I think I'm going to go with the Mick Parkin to keep his O. He's going to be 11-0 after this, man. I think it's going to be too much on the feet, and he's going to be able to stop the takedowns that Tybura tries to get. And so, yeah, I'm going to go with Mick Parkin by unanimous decision win. Put it down. Let's go. Moving on to the co-main event of the prelims, we got a flyweight matchup between Loner Kavanaugh versus Felipe Dos Santos. Kavanaugh is a -288 favorite versus Dos Santos +240 dog. Kavanaugh is 8-0 with 4 KOs, 1 sub, and 3 decisions, man. He's got to keep that O. His second fight in the UFC, coming off a unanimous decision win against Jose Akua. Man, he has the potential to be a future contender in the flyweight division. I'm telling you, he's got good hands. He's well-rounded. He could take people down. He's well-rounded everywhere. He's going to be a problem, I feel like, in the flyweight division. So watch out for him. Felipe Dos Santos, he's 8-2 with 2 KOs, 3 subs, and 3 decisions. He's 1-2 in the UFC, coming off a unanimous decision loss to Andre Lima. Andre Lima is looking like a beast, though, in the flyweight division. He's looking like a killer. So, watch out for Andre Lima, too. But, man, Felipe, man, he lost to Manel Kape in his debut, too. Manel Kape's a beast, too, so he's lost to good people, at least. He struggles defending the takedowns. I think he could be in trouble this one just because Kavanaugh is good at taking people down. And if Felipe is not good at stopping the takedowns and getting up after he's on his back, he's going to be in trouble, I feel. With that being said, man, I'm going to go with Kavanaugh to win this. I think he's going to be able to take him down. I can see Kavanaugh maybe getting a TKO win, trying to make a statement. It's only his second fight, so he's trying to make a statement in the flyweight division. So, yeah, I'm going to go Kavanaugh to win by a second round TKO. Put it down. Let's go. Moving on to the main event of the prelims, we got a lightweight matchup, Jay Herbert versus Chris Padilla. Jay Herbert is a -125 favorite versus Padilla, +105. Dog. Herbert, he's 13-5 with 1 draw, 9 KOs, 1 sub, and 3 decisions. He's 3-4-1 in the UFC, coming off a unanimous decision win over Rolando Bedoya. And he outstruck him bad in that fight. Herbert's got the hands on the feet, man. You got to watch out. He caught Topuria with a nasty head kick, almost put Topuria out. Oh, that's such a good knock. I thought he was going to knock Topuria out. If you haven't seen that head kick, Topuria was almost out, and Topuria survived, and then Topuria ended up putting him to sleep bad. Like, bad. He was out before he even hit the ground. Yeah, so Topuria, man, he's a beast now. So Herbert hung up them in the first round, though. Herbert needs to keep this fight standing, though, to win this, I feel. But he's fighting Chris Padilla. He's 15-6 with 8 KOs, 5 subs, 2 decisions. He's 2-0 in the UFC, coming off back-to-back finishes over Zhu Rung by TKO and James Lone Top by sub. He got him in a rear naked choke, Lone Top. He got him in a nasty choke. He has strong power. He has some nasty elbows, man. If you haven't seen his elbows, look at Ru Zong's face after that fight. Yeah, you could tell them elbows were hurting Zong. So yeah, Padilla's got the elbows. So man, he's got to get this fight to the ground to have a chance because Herbert's too long and rangy. You got to get to this. You get to the fight to the ground, Chris. Get it to the ground. With that being said, man, I'm going to go Chris Padilla to win this by unanimous decision. I think he's going to be able to control Jay Herbert. He's not going to be able to finish him, but I think he's going to be able to control him on the ground enough. So I'm going to go Chris Padilla by unanimous decision. Put it down. Let's go. Getting off the main card is a featherweight matchup between Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Chartier. Nathaniel Wood, he's a +140 dog versus Chartier, a -166 favorite. Nathaniel Wood, he's 20-6 with 8 KOs, 5 subs, and 1 decision. He's 4-1 in his last 5, coming off a unanimous decision victory over Daniel Pineda. And he outstruck Daniel bad in that one and scored a nice knockdown. So, yeah, he won that fight. Good fight for Nathaniel. He's always been a well-rounded fighter. He's good on the ground, good on the feet. He's got sharp striking. He's been around since 2018, so he's got a lot of UFC experience. Oh, man, he's got to avoid the kicks from Morgan Chartier, though. Morgan Chartier's kicks are unbelievably fucking strong. If you haven't seen them, they're killer. All right, talking about Morgan Chartier, he's 20-10 with 1 draw. He has 12 KOs, 3 subs, 5 decisions. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He's 2-1 in the UFC. He's coming off a knockout victory over Gabriel Miranda, nasty knockout. He also knocked out what's his name? He beat somebody by body kicks. He's got crazy body kicks. He won by TKO with body kicks. He's going to always be looking to counter. He's going to look for Nathaniel to push forward. He's going to be looking for Morgan's going to be looking for the counter shot every time. So Nathaniel's got to watch out for that. Nathaniel really's got to try to get this fight to the ground because I don't think Morgan's that great on the ground. So I think Nathaniel's path to victory is getting to the ground. But with that being said, man, I think Morgan's just too fast on the feet. He's got too much power behind his punches and kicks. So I'm going to go Morgan Chartier by second round TKO. Put it down. Let's go. Moving on to the second fight of the main card, we got a lightweight matchup between Jordan Vucenic versus Chris Duncan. Jordan Fusenik, he's a minus 360 favorite versus Chris Duncan, plus 285. Dog. Jordan Fusenik, he's 13-3 with 2 KOs, 6 subs, 5 decisions. Man, he was a champion in other organizations. He's coming to the UFC. He fought Gruum Kutateladze in his debut. Kutateladze put the work on him, man. Showed him what the UFC is all about. Kutateladze is a dog, though, and he's fighting on the card in the early prelims. So you got to watch out for him. I don't understand how Vucenic got a higher spot in the card after he lost to Kutateladze, but yeah, I guess he's just a bigger name. Yeah, he struggles with striking, man. He's more of a submission guy. He's got to get this fight to the ground to have a chance, I feel. And Chris Duncan, man, he's good at defending the takedown, so it's going to be a tough fight, I feel like, for Jordan. Chris Duncan, he's 12-2 with 7 KOs, 2 subs, 3 decisions. It's his 5th fight in the UFC. He's 3-1 overall. He's coming off a guillotine choke win against Bolage Oki in September. Man, it was his best fight looking. This is his best matchup to date, man, against Jordan. So it's the biggest test. So Chris Duncan, he's got to get a win here. I feel he's got to keep the fight standing. He's got to outstrike Jordan. He's got better hands than Jordan, so I feel like he can outstrike him. But even though Jordan's a big favorite, I think it's going to be a closer fight than people think. And if Chris keeps this fight standing, man, I can see him winning. But man, I don't know. Jordan's got a lot of hype. He did fight a dog in his first fight. He had a good fight. It was a close fight. Man, so I think I'm going to go with Jordan just to win this. I think Jordan's going to get a submission somehow. I think it's going to be like a 3rd round submission maybe. So yeah, I'm going to go Jordan Fusenik by 3rd round submission. Put it down. Let's go. Moving on to the 3rd fight of the main card is a strawweight matchup between Molly Meatball McCann versus Alexia Taniara. Meatball is a plus 164 dog versus Tatiana. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. She's a minus 198 favorite. Molly Meatball McCann. She's 14-7 with 6 KOs, 1 sub, and 7 decisions. She's 2-3 in her last 5, coming off a unanimous decision loss to Bruna Brazil in July. She had a crazy debut knockout when she had that spinning elbow and just completely put the freaking opponent out cold. She was out like a light. Crazy. That got the hype train behind Meatball, but she struggled after that. She started facing better competition. Her ground game got exposed. So hopefully she's been working on her ground game. I'm a fan of Meatball. She's funny. She's an exciting fighter to watch. She gets the crowd hype. So she's going to have a lot of hype in England, I feel. The crowd's going to be on her side. She's fighting Alexia Taniara. She's 11-1 with 1 KO, 6 subs, 4 decisions. She's making her UFC debut, coming off a unanimous decision win over Rose Koncienko in September. She's good at getting takedowns. She's good at keeping pressure. She's a well-rounded fighter. She's looking to make a statement in her debut. She's getting a tough competition in Molly Meatball. Molly's got experience in the UFC, so Alexia better be ready. She better come prepared. But I think Alexia, I've seen a couple of her amateur fights and her fights before the UFC, and she's really got a lot of hype. So with that being said, I'm going to take Alexia Taniara. I probably pronounced that wrong, but I'm going to take her by unanimous decision. Put it down. Let's go. Baby. Moving on to the 4th fight of the main card, we got a welterweight matchup between Gunnar Nelson versus Kevin Holland. Gunnar Nelson, he's a minus 142 favorite versus Kevin Holland, a plus 120 dog. Gunnar Nelson, he's 19-5 with 1 draw. He has 4 KOs, 13 submissions, and 2 decisions. He's 3-2 in his last 5, coming off back-to-back wins against Takesha Soto and Brian Barberena. Man, he hasn't fought since 2023 though, so we'll see how long the layoff does for him. He's fought some big names. He's fought Gilbert Burns. He lost to Gilbert Burns. He lost to Leon Edwards, both by decision. So he's gone the distance with both great fighters in them too. He's got that karate style like MVP and Wonder Boy. He's gonna be like karate style, like Conor McGregor-esque kind of. He has that style. Kevin Holland, man, he's 26-13. He has 14 KOs, 8 subs, and 4 decisions. He's 1-4 in his last 5, but he's fought some killers, man. He fought Jack Della Maddalena, MVP, Roman Dolidze, Rainer de Ritter, all freaking killers, man. Kevin Holland, man, he's a trailblazer. He fights anybody, anywhere. And yeah, that's how he is. So he needs to win bad though, man. He can't lose 3 straight. And But he struggles against fighters like MVP and Wonder Boy, man. So I don't know how he's gonna do against his karate style, man. He struggles. He lost against MVP. He lost against Wonder Boy. Both the same kind of fighter that Gunnar Nelson is. So I think it's gonna be another tough fight for Kevin Holland. I like Kevin Holland, man. I want him to get a win, but I think they're setting him up in this one. I think it's going to be Gunnar Nelson's going to win this, and it's going to be because he's keeping the outside, and he might get a takedown if he has to. And Gunnar Nelson has really good submissions, so I could see him submitting Kevin Holland. So, with that being said, man, I'm going to go Gunnar Nelson by second round submission. Put it down. Let's go. Moving on to the co-main event, we got a light heavyweight matchup between Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. Jan Blachowicz is a plus 200 dog versus Ulberg, a minus 245 favorite. Jan Blachowicz, he's 29-10 with one draw. He has 9 KOs, 9 subs, 11 decisions. He's 2-1 in his last 5. He's coming off a split decision loss to Alex Pereira in July. I mean, who hasn't lost to Poatan besides Magomed Ankalaev, whatever his name is? Man, it was a close fight between him and Alex. He was trying to get the takedowns against Alex, but Alex was just too much on the feet and destroyed Jan's leg. Jan's leg was tore up after that fight. Jan's taking a long break, man. Hopefully he hasn't got too rusty after that break because the Polish power is real and Jan can put people to sleep. His last win was against Alexander Rakic in 2022, so he hasn't won in almost 3 years. That's not good. He has crazy power, so I mean he's always going to have that crazy power. So Ulberg better be ready. Better watch out for that power. All right, Carlos Ulberg is 11-1 with 7 KOs, 1 sub, 3 decisions. He's 7-1 in UFC on a 7-fight winning streak. He lost his debut in the UFC and won 7 straight after that. He lost to Kennedy Nzechukwu. Kennedy's he's an all right fighter. It's a bad loss for Carlos. He most recently beat Volkan Ostermeyer by unanimous decision and Alonzo Menifield by first round knockout. If you haven't seen that first round knockout against Menifield, it's a freaking nice knockout. Ended in like the first minute. Carlos just put the pressure on him, and Menifield could have handled it and got slept bad. He's fun to watch, man. He has strong power, has strong leg kicks. He's got to watch out for Jan's leg kicks too, though. Jan's got some strong leg kicks too, so he's got to watch out for that. I just think Carlos is on a tear right now, and Jan's the ring rust is real. I feel, and I think he's been out for like 2 years. So I'm gonna go Carlos Ulberg, the fresh fighter. I'm gonna go Carlos Ulberg by second round TKO. Put it down. Let's go. Moving on to the main event, we got a welterweight matchup between Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. Leon Edwards is a plus 130 dog versus Sean Brady, a minus 155 favorite. They got that former champ as a dog in this one. That's disrespectful. He did get exposed by Bilal, though, so he got dominated by Bilal. Remember the name, but nobody remembers your name. Leon Edwards, man, he's 22-4 with 7 KOs, 3 subs, 12 decisions. He's making his return after a long layoff, man. When he had that loss to Bilal, man. He hasn't fought since. So let's see how he does, man. He's fighting another dude like Bilal, so it's going to be an interesting fight. But, I mean, you can never count out Rocky, man. He's got that headshot bang power, so you better watch out for that. Before that, man, he was on a 12-fight winning streak before he lost his belt, so he's beating everybody else. So Sean Brady better be ready because Leon's looking to come back and make a statement. So Sean Brady better be ready. Sean Brady, man, he's 17-1 with 3 KOs, 5 subs, and 9 decisions. He's coming off back-to-back wins against Kelvin Gastelum and Gilbert Burns. Both good wins. He's got great takedown offense and is great at holding his opponents down, which is bad for Leon because that's Leon's kryptonite, it feels, because Bilal was just holding him down the whole fight and controlling him. And Sean Brady's the same kind of fighter. So I think the UFC is setting Leon up in this one. So I can see why Sean Brady's a favorite. Ah, man. Sean Brady's got to get this fight to the ground. That's his only way to victory, and he's got to keep the pressure on Leon. He cannot let Leon get in kicking range because Leon's got that headshot bang, whatever, power. So you know what I'm saying. So, man, with that being said, man, I'm going to go Sean Brady to pull off the upset against the former champ. I'm going to go Sean Brady by unanimous decision. It's not going to be a finish. It's going to be a unanimous decision victory, just like Bilal did to Leon. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Sean Brady by unanimous decision. Put it down. Let's go. Hum, babe. All right. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I hope everybody's having a great day, great evening, great night, great morning, whenever it is for you. Everybody love everybody. I will see y'all on the next one. Let's go. Hum, babe.